Did for so long. Okay, this is it, guys. Hold on to your asses. This is it, the 100th episode of the Famicast. You ready? Okay, no. Make sure your volume on your headphones not too loud. Yeah. Okay, so hello and welcome to episode 100 of the Famicast. I am your host, not Danny Bivens. I'm James Sheldon, the original host, the original creator, your Fami father. How's it going? And with me is Mr. Ty Shugat.
Wow, 100 episodes.
That's right. Deal with it. And,
they should have shut us down a long time ago.
Hey, we've still got time for that. And Cyrus, Delaney.
I'm the baby of the family. That one.
Easy for you to say. So yeah, Danny is unfortunately not with us. He had some sudden and urgent personal business to attend to, but he will be part of this episode. Of course, he will. So you will hear his voice on this episode at some point or another. So don't worry about that. But for this live section, or if you're listening on the podcast feed, then not live, we're going to have new business and news, and then for the last segment, we're actually going to have a chance for you guys to call in and actually be on the show with us. So that'll be cool. That's I hope that goes to plan.
Who is going to subject themselves to this torture?
I really don't know. I really don't know. Whoever it is, I'm sure to have a good time. Question mark. So yeah, let's roll on to new business. So Danny was going to talk about Splatoon 2 and the test fire, the global test fire that went on this weekend. Actually, I think, is it still going on? It could be like another one, right?
Yeah, I know a couple of my Twitter people are like crazy into Splatoon, so they're going nuts posting about it.
I think like the Game Explain people actually played every single one for like, no matter what time it was, even the ones that were not really meant for their time zone, they were playing it like,
Is it just the same as last time where they run like, what was it, 3 times a day?
Yeah, it's something like that.
I believe so, yeah. So yeah, I think, I'm not sure if he actually had a chance to play it, but we'll find out soon enough. But I actually played on Danny's Switch with Danny because I had a party. I invited Danny, and him being the Karen that he is. Do you remember that meme, the Karen meme?
Oh, no. Yeah. Oh man, he was Karen. He actually brought the Switch to your party.
Danny was Karen.
Oh, okay.
He was Darren. Let's call him Darren.
Hero. That is dedication to the Switch brand.
So yeah, there's a photo in my party, just everyone holding their drinks and then just kind of looking at Danny out the corner of their eye as he holds up his 1-2 Switch and goes, "Yay, let's play."
Let's not.
No, but it was good though. I mean, it was the first time I'd actually held the final, retail version of the Switch. So, yeah, it was nice to see that and see how light it is and everything. But yeah, he brought all of his games with him. But obviously, the only one that we could play at a party is 1-2 Switch, which is a game I will never buy. I mean, there was a time when, I don't know if you guys saw this. Maybe we talked about this. There was like a 2.5-hour window where Amazon UK had it for £2.
Yes.
Do you remember that?
I heard about it afterwards. I would have bought it in a heartbeat had I been there at the time.
Exactly. I would have bought that and just resold it or whatever. But like, yeah, £2. That's the price I would pay for 1-2 Switch. I believe Danny paid a little bit more than £2. But yeah, I mean, from what I can say from it, it's the presentation. Let's say the presentation of it is very well done. It's got, they've got those pre-recorded videos, and they're very crisp, high resolution, nice looking videos, and they're all based, like what we saw then the Switch event that we all went to. It's that kind of color scheme, those kind of bright color schemes, and it's really vivid even on the small screen, because we were playing it on like tabletop mode. We're actually playing it on top of a piano actually, but let's call it tabletop mode because piano top mode sounds a bit weird. So yeah, it does. I mean, the screen is gorgeous. It's a beautiful screen, and you know, when you have it on that, and you know, you're playing with people quite close up, because obviously you don't actually need the screen for most of the games, which is but you kind of almost like instinctively have to look at it because it's like there's a screen next to me. You know, what is it telling me to do, right? But often what it says on the screen is don't look at the screen. You're like, oh, sorry, Dad. You know, it's like don't look at the screen. Sit up straight. Eat your greens. It's that kind of thing. So, but like the menu system, I mean, it's so bare bones. I mean, it's shockingly bare bones. Like, it's just you load it up, and it's like there's a menu, there's like a title screen that goes 1, 2, switch, and then from there you select the games, and that's it. It's just a long list of mini games to play.
Like, it definitely reeks of it was supposed to be a pack-in title, and A, it was too expensive and they had to get their money back, and B, they needed to pad out the launch list of games. And because there's no way this game should have been a separate release.
It is strange. I mean, I don't know, maybe the videos cost too much to make. I mean, they must have used foreigners. I mean, it was probably made in Japan, right? A lot of these guys look like I'm sure I recognize some of these actors from like Japanese commercials. It's like, I'm sure that guy's on a Japanese McDonald's advert, but there he is milking a cow dressed as a farmer.
How is the HD Rumble? Does it actually work as advertised, or? Yeah,
the first thing I just went straight for the balls, obviously. Danny whipped it out, went straight for the balls. Had to experience that in my hand, and they felt great. You know,
goodness,
they really did. I felt like 3 or 4 in there actually, which is yes. But enough about Danny's testicles. Yeah, it is amazing. It is. I mean, I'm sure you've heard several podcasts where people say, "Well, it's really amazing. It really feels like there are balls in there." But I hate to be that guy again, but holy shit, it really does feel like there's balls in there. What else can I say?
That is an absolute testimonial to the Switch. Like, yeah. From Nintendo World Report, James feels like there's balls in there.
Episode title. Yeah. But yeah, it is incredible. I think it's because as they're rolling around, it does do the kind of collision, like you can feel like two things colliding, which is something that you've never really felt with like a rumble thing before. Like, Ty, I heard that the Xbox One has more advanced rumble than than before, right?
I suppose.
What is it, like different degrees of rumble or something? Like strength? I
guess so.
Or like you feel them in the triggers or something like that, like individual triggers. Is that right?
Maybe. It's hard to say since you only really notice when the rumble is bad and wrong.
Right. Yeah, if it's good, you don't notice it, right?
Yeah, like I never noticed it on Xbox. I mean, I assume, yeah, there's like a left rumble and a right rumble at least, and and it goes from like to very, very small degrees of rumble to like super substantial rumble.
But it doesn't feel like a gyro whirring around in there. It feels more natural in that, right?
Yeah, it feels good.
Do you remember the original N64 Rumble pack? It really did feel like something was just whizzing around in there, didn't it?
Yeah.
That's all it was, It
was pretty intense.
Star Fox, the big explosion, right?
Of course. That's exactly what I was thinking of.
But it's weird because you've kind of got that left and right feeling, but within one tiny little controller, which is like the weird thing. It's like there's so many different like parts to it, but it's in this tiny little thing. So I don't know how they do it. I mean, there must be some kind of array in there or something. But anyway, so yeah, we played that one, and the draw one, of the quick draw one, was popular. I mean, we passed it around. I mean, I only played like literally like 2 or 3 games because it's a party. I was enjoying the party, but a few other people at the party did join in and played like the quickfire one, for example, which is it's fun, and they've got the one that's had like psychs you out. Like they say, instead of fire, they say different F words
Fuck.
You fucking mama. Ugh.
Fuck 'em
Things like
up.
that.
1, 2, fuck, and then it's like, you got me. You got me.
That was a little bit difficult for the kid. We had some like kids playing, like my son played it, and there were a few other kids like his age, and that really threw them because they were just like so like oh I want to fire as quickly as possible, and any sound that came out the switch was that didn't work, so just the regular one is fine, for that one.
Yeah, I use in my English classes, I play Simon Says a lot just to test listening.
Not Cyrus Says?
Yeah, and that's one of my tricks is like it's Simon Says, and then sometimes I'll say Cyrus Says and like catch half the class and knock them out.
Nice.
That's tricky because Cyrus does sound like Simon.
I got them skills.
So yeah, I mean at a party setting like that. Oh, the other one was the kind of God, there's so many like wanking motion games in that game. But like
Of course there are.
one of the several wanking motion games is this, I don't know what it's called, soda or champagne or something like that, where you have to shake it and then pass it to someone else and they shake it, and then whoever explodes, they're out, kind of thing. So you can psych people out, like shake it a lot and then give it to somebody and they've got no chance of surviving, kind of thing. That got a lot of laughs from the non-gaming adults at the party.
Yeah, I think 1-2 Switch could be a hit. Like Wii Sports is a good hit with people who don't play games as well as gamers.
Mm-hmm.
I think 1-2 Switch could be a good, fun introduction to the Switch.
I believe there is like a board game, like there is a structured game to it. Like it goes along a board, and it plays a random mini game. You like shake the dice and stuff like that. We didn't play that. We were just playing whatever we wanted. And the first time you play any of the games, you're forced to watch the explanation video, even if you've seen it on YouTube. You know exactly what to do, but it's like, nope, sit down and watch this minute video before you can do anything. But yeah, I mean, it is cool how you can just like have it there, like on the table or / piano, and just have people come along and just play a game and then move on, kind of thing. It's just like a quick fire game. I mean, the games are over within like literally 2 minutes. You're over. Next person. So it can be used at a party like we had going, and we did have several people passing the controls around. But I don't know. I mean, some of the mini games it needs like the strap-on thing, and other times you don't. Other times you only need one of the sides of the Joy-Con. So it could get a little bit complicated. You need somewhere there like explaining what to do. And Danny was trying his damnedest to explain it to everybody. One person at the party actually said, "Are you selling these things?" So I thought that was quite funny.
Not directly. Nintendo does not pay us enough.
He was trying his best. So yeah, 1-2 Switch. And I asked my son, I said, what would you give it out of 10? And he said 3. And I've never been prouder of him at that moment. He's got a future in game journalism.
Nice.
3 out of 10. So the other game, I mean, I've been wanting to talk about this game for ages, actually. I started playing this maybe 2 episodes ago, but I just wanted to talk about it when I'd actually been played more of it, and that's SteamWorld Heist. I got this on Wii U eShop download. I think they had a discount. I got it for like whatever, 30% off the regular price. They had some eShop sale a couple of months ago. So like this game has had a weird history in Japan, because like SteamWorld Dig took quite maybe it was a couple of months late in Japan, but it did come to the 3DS, and I think it also on the Wii U in Japan. But with SteamWorld Heist, it still, even to this day, March 2017, is not out on Wii U on the Japan eShop, and neither on the 3DS either. So 3DS, I've got a Japanese 3DS. It's not available on that. So I I was actually just waiting for the European Wii U version, which took quite a while. So that's the one I had to go for because I mean, Danny, for example, will not be able to play this unless he buys it on his PS4 or whatever. It's not a Nintendo game. It does not exist in Japan whatsoever on a Nintendo system, which is really weird. And if you search for SteamWorld Heist in Japanese, it's just loads of forum posts of Japanese people saying, "Where the fuck is this game?" It's like, seriously. And also, it's weird in katakana they say heist, like
Heist instead of heist.
I think because heist is spelled H-E-I, so when you write H-E-I in Japanese, it's pronounced hei, so it's heisto, which is haste is a completely different word. But anyway, that's
welcome to katakana, everybody.
Yeah, exactly. Which proves that it doesn't have an official release because no one can fucking spell it. But yeah, this game is fantastic. I mean, it's a real-time strategy game, which I am not a fan of. I'm not a fan of real-time strategy games. There's only been like maybe this is really weird. There's only like one real-time strategy game that I've really liked, and don't ask me why. But back when I was a PC gamer, I loved the hell out of Red Alert, Command and Conquer Red Alert, and I have no idea why that version. I like that version. Like I don't like Command and Conquer, any other version of Command and Conquer, but Red Alert, I don't know, for some reason I like that game. And I guess things like Theme Park and stuff, but they're a little bit different, aren't they? They're more like building stuff.
Yeah,
right.
The only way you can be competitive in those games is firing your customers out of the world. Oh, that's Roller Coaster Tycoon. Never mind.
Yeah, your skills don't really go contested in that game. Right. That's the thing.
Yeah.
Maximize the salt and then put them on a roller coaster.
I used to play a ton of Theme Park on my SNES, my Super Nintendo. Good times.
Fucking love my Sim Theme Park. So SteamWorld Heist. I mean, it's a sides. I mean, the art style is the same as SteamWorld Dig. Steam-powered robots in the Wild West kind of thing. But your base is a spaceship, and then you've got a world map. And when you choose a level to go to, then your ship kind of in real time kind of attaches itself to that other ship that you're about to dock onto. So it's kind of cool because in your spaceship you've got like full control, like with the stick. But then as soon as you go into the ship that you're about to attack or heist, it goes into like a real time strategy. So you're selecting, how many spaces you want to walk and stuff like that, right? So if it's orange, then you can walk and then shoot to that point. But if it's blue, you can walk and then you won't be able to shoot after that point. So you have to plan where you're going to walk, and so you can get headshots in and stuff. And the thing that I think the reason why I like this, even though it's a real-time strategy game, is that you have full control of the shooting. It's not just like right-click shoot, dead. It's like you actually have to use the control sticks to aim your laser sight and like shoot the enemies like in the head from as far away as possible. Not all guns have laser sights, but the main character does. And the cool thing is that you can actually ricochet the bullets. So sometimes, a lot of the spaceships have, shit in the way and or corridors and they're behind stuff. But like you can actually just like aim it at stuff on the roof and like actually bend it, hit the roof and then go down, and you can ricochet as many times as you want.
All your years of puzzle bobble training finally paying off.
It actually reminds me of a pool game or snooker game. It was like that. You've got that kind of sight. And then you're just aiming it up and then hitting them. It's a lot of fun. So it actually makes like the combat really like exciting because you're like your hand is kind of like it trembles, it goes up and down, so you have to time it as well. So there's a degree of timing and a degree of skill to that, which I kind of appreciate. And I think, this originally was a 3DS game. I think it was a 3DS, quote unquote exclusive for a while before it made it to the other systems. Although I think for some reason it's not on Xbox for some reason. I looked into this. I couldn't find any Xbox version, but it's definitely on PlayStation as well, and PC obviously. So yeah, like the art style is really nice, and I mean, it's got it's got a basic story to it, and there's a lot of like the strategy. Like if you perfect a stage like without anybody of your team dying and stuff, you know, you get more stars, and then you can go unlock other parts of the map and stuff like that. But they've also got like these non-battle based stages where it's like a bar, like a space bar, and you go in there and there's just like some background music playing, but it's like, you know, old timey kind of you know, cowboy type music. But they've actually all got like lyrics to it, like really high production value, like lyrics and song and words to it.
Whoa, I gotta check this out on YouTube.
It's really nice, really nice. It's just like the atmosphere that it creates is really, really nice. Like it just all fits together, like the art style, the music, the background. I mean, when you're on the stages itself, it's just kind of moody, kind of general music, but it's like it's not really like in your face. But like if the action picks up, then it'll kind of increase the, you know, the tempo or whatever. So it really fits nicely. It just like the whole package together is just like beautifully presented, and it plays really nicely. And to like an RTS, you know, noob like me, who just like, I'm not really good at real-time strategy games, you know, like Fire Emblem, the game that which no one on this podcast plays. You know, I'm not good at those games and I don't like those games, but this one, it really just like really fits me. So if you're like me, if you're not like a fan of RTS games, I would say play this game. It's really, really, really good, and it's not very expensive. So yeah, I would do it. And if you want the portable one, like the hit on the graphics, I mean, I guess it wouldn't be too much of an issue, but like I like the fact that, you know, you can see the whole, like most of the stage, and you can aim at your shots a lot easier. I think it would be a little bit more difficult on the 3DS screen. But yeah, this would work great on the Switch, for example, where you've got the best of both worlds. Like it's super clear, you know, and a portable system. But the Wii U, I think the gamepad, you can actually play it on the whole thing on the gamepad, but like if you're playing it on the TV, like I am, you've got this, you can hear the music and sound effects through the gamepad, which is good. You know, I always give bonus points to games that do that. And the gamepad is just like a map, you know, just like a generic kind of shows you where all the bad guys are kind of thing. Nothing too exciting, but ignore that. The most important thing is you can hear the game audio through the controller. That's all I care about. So yes, recommended. Go out and buy it now. Ty, you might have to buy the PC version.
All right. And the name of that game again is
SteamWorld
Heist.
That's right.
That's right.
So I got one more game to talk about, but I'll put that on hold. And should we move on to Sai? What do you
For me, yeah, this is throwback. Whatever it's done Sunday. Throwback Sunday for Cyrus was I was playing Mischief Makers. So,
shake.
Yeah, shake. So this game is like when I was way younger.
That's like episode 2 of the Famicast, by the way. It's called Shake.
Yeah.
So
I gotta go back and listen.
We've got to make these little connections. This is episode 100. We've got to do some throwbacks here.
I like when I was younger, I used to buy Nintendo official magazine. We didn't have an N64, but we still bought it all the time.
Me too.
And one of the early issues for the N64 period came with this calendar that had like every month was a different N64 game, and one of them was Mischief Makers. And I have been in love with that game ever since. Just that calendar.
Wow.
And I had it like hanging on my wall. And because I just love the main character, like the whatever her name is. But like I just saw this picture. I never played it. I never found out any information about it because it wasn't really well played. It was kind of a very small sleeper hit of a game.
Right.
And I just love the main character's design, but I finally decided to play it just like last week on my totally legal emulated N64 on my laptop. But
this has never been on any virtual console, I don't think.
No, that game has never been re-released. It's locked to the N64 forever, and it's like that is a game that I think is very much designed to be played on the N64 controller.
Oh yeah,
So-
I remember how it controls.
It's got some very weird controls, like
You
where
do?
every yeah.
Is it? Isn't it D-pad? If I remember, no.
It was D-pad to move, and then the C-pad, like all the C directions, were dashes in different directions, but A and B were also buttons.
Okay.
So you can kind of mimic it by I attached all the C buttons to another Xbox analog stick. I was playing on a 360 pad. So my left D-pad was movement, my right analog stick was the C buttons, and two A and B on the Xbox pad were A and B on an N64 controller. So it kind of works, but it's a lot harder to use like complicated analog stick motions than it is to use C buttons. C buttons are like they're buttons. It's easy to do stuff with them. So I did not like the controls at all, and so like playing it, I can see that there is a great game buried in there, but you have to spend a lot of time with the controls to kind of to appreciate it.
How are you controlling it now? Have you got like synced to a Xbox controller or something?
Yeah, so I just ran an N64 emulator on my PC, and then got an Xbox 360 controller, and plugged it in, set it up, keybinded it to all the buttons, and it was all
I
good,
rented
but-
this. I rented this game back in the day. I rented it like maybe 2 or 3 times, and I think I was the only person renting it because like I could keep going back to the same. Does it have save files? I don't actually remember.
Yeah, it's got save files. It's a pretty long game.
And if I remember, you collect like crystals or something like that, and like
yeah, every level you
with each additional crystal you get, it unlocks more of the ending. So like
yeah, so
it uses it as like currency, doesn't it? Like each crystal, it uses like 1 crystal every 2 seconds or something.
this is kind of what killed my interest in it, because I was playing it and I wasn't fully enjoying it. It was still cool, but I was just I just want to finish it, so I was kind of blasting my way through the levels.
I think I know what's coming up here.
And then about like 20 minutes, I was about an hour and a half into the game, and then they tell you that, oh, by the way, you have to collect the yellow crystals in every stage if you want to get the full ending. And and I was just like, oh my god, there was a few crystals I went after, but they're quite tricky. Like you have to really understand how the controls of the game work to get them.
Right.
And I was like, oh my god, I do not want to go back and get all of those goddamn crystals. So, and some of them are really awkward. Like the level that I just stopped playing on, because it's a little like Donkey Kong Country 2 and 3, where every level has a totally different gameplay mechanic. Like, so there's this one where you pick up a jar, and you can put items in the jar and mix them with like alchemy style, and you mix 2 different items together, it gives you a different power up. And I checked online, and to get one of the crystals, you have to mix 2 different colored crystals together, and it never tells you that anywhere. So if I had not read that, I would never have known that was how you get that crystal.
Huh.
Man, Natsukashi, this game.
Yeah, I played this game to completion on the 64 back when it was newish. So my memory is a bit fuzzy, but I did complete the game.
Same
Yeah.
here.
I remember somewhere in the middle, there's kind of a set of like sports festival levels. Did you get that far?
No, I don't think.
Sports festival.
Yeah, like
Undokai?
yeah, like you do an undokai like in the middle of the game, and it turns into like one of those old timey like 8-bit sports games where you just mash the buttons super hard or do some other stupid bullshit.
Man.
Now I can't remember if it was really good or really bad, but I do remember that it was very memorable.
Yeah, it's a unique game,
Never forget.
and it's the same people who made like Gunstar Heroes and whatever.
Treasure.
Yeah, Treasure.
Boys.
And so it's got like the boss battles, especially, are fantastic. Like I got to one full boss, and this game is a weird looking game because it kind of goes for that Donkey Kong style again of like
Pre-rendered, yeah.
And this boss looks really cool. It's like this. You fight this small little dude who flies around the stage, and then the background is this huge guy made up of like lots of sprites all animated at the same time. And it even by today, it looks really cool. Like it's a really visually impressive boss.
Treasure have always been known for great boss battles. I think that's
Yeah.
their forte.
And that boss battle is very cool. Like, it's one of those classic bosses where he's rock hard the first time you fight him, but then you see the pattern, and you're probably dead by the time you've properly figured out the pattern. But then it's really easy once you figure out the trick. So,
That one weird trick.
yeah, one weird trick to surprise this boss. So this is a game I'm gonna keep it on hold. I might come back to it just because I've loved the character for so long. I kind of feel like I have to finish the game. But
yeah, you do. So is this the first time you're playing it?
First time I've played it, because I never had an N64 as a kid. So, and I've never had one at any point in my life. So I've never had a chance to try this game, and I never remember seeing it in the store.
What the hell were you playing instead of the N64?
Let me see. I had a Super Nintendo for a long time. I think I got a PlayStation 1 when the PlayStation 2 came out.
Ooh.
That was my jump in consoles, was the Super Nintendo.
You skipped a generation then?
Yes.
Okay.
I still played my Super Nintendo like every day during that period.
Oh, fair enough.
Worst ways to live, certainly.
Exactly. So is that good? Is that all good?
Yeah, that was pretty much all I've done this week.
Cool. So Ty, you missed the last episode, right?
I did. I was overseas.
You finally got caught by the FBI. I mean, that's the story that we told.
finally circumvented the wall and got back into the United States.
So did you get stopped at customs for all your anime porn?
Yeah, it was rough.
But anyway, welcome back to Japan.
Yeah. So between all my connecting flights, I was in like 6 different cities. The highlight was I was
playing one Switch in the airport.
Yeah, that's right. No, going to the Killer Instinct World Cup in San Antonio.
Say word.
Yeah. So
how many people?
How many people? Oh God. I want to say a little under 300, maybe 300. I might be totally wrong.
Wow.
Yeah, there was kind of a highlight moment. So the whole thing is, it's like a top 32 are in the money, and most of them already qualified from other tournaments. So I'm thinking, maybe there's not going to be like a lot of people in the last chance qualifiers, because there was room for 4 more people to get in. So on the way out of the first day, I take a look at the sign-up sheet, which was like a literal notebook that you would write in to see how many people were in there. And it was like just pages and pages and pages of people who signed up for last chance qualifiers.
So you ripped them all out and just wrote your name?
Right. I got all 4 slots. No. So yeah, the first day was just like, casual play, fun stuff, side games. So the whole thing was 3 days long. The second day was last chance qualifiers that went from like noon to midnight or some shit.
Right.
Because it was 4 tournaments. There was a tournament for each slot. And
right. So you had to win a tournament to be in the main tournament.
That's right.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Rip in peace.
Yeah, that happens at like a lot of Magic the Gathering events. They call them the grinders, where they just like churn through hundreds of players for that one slot to enter the actual tournament.
Yeah, that sounds about right. They were also single elimination, so that was tough too. So,
that means like 1 round, like.
It means if you lose a set against another player, you're out. There's no losers bracket.
Okay. See you later.
Right. So I sent a lot of people home before getting put out.
Okay.
Yeah. Like,
how far did you get?
I think in each one it was like 4 to 6 matches in. So that's pretty good. I think, God, I don't know how many you had to win to make it. I think it was like 8 or 9, maybe. I know my pal Domi, the infamous Japanese player, he got within like a couple games of like all 4 tournaments, and it was like really heartbreaking when he didn't get in.
Oh,
But he got a little something later on. Let me tell you.
stomach poisoning?
Yeah. A whole lot of jet lag. Oh man. Okay, so it was me and 5 other players came from Japan, and 2 of them qualified from the Convo Clash Japan we had here. So I ended up doing a lot of translation work since
Okay.
since
Was it their first time in America for some of them?
Let me think. I don't think so. I think they've all come over for tournaments before.
So how did they survive without a translator before?
Hey man, I've been 5 years in Japan. I barely speak a word of Japanese.
Right. By the same way we survive in Japan.
Right. Sign language and a lot of drawing pictures.
Right. So we had a lot of fun. I met a lot of really cool players and also developers behind the game. The after party was amazing. So let me tell you about big fighting game events. They usually run. There's usually like a VIP room in some hotel that usually goes by the name of Salty Sweet.
Okay.
If you get the pun there. So I believe at KO World Cup it was the Saucy Sweet. So
Man, in all my years playing fighting games, I never got that pun of Salty Sweet.
right.
That's amazing.
Salty Sweet.
Yeah.
SUITE.
So after the grand finals, me and the Japanese players went up to the Saucy Sweet, and oh man, there's a lot of shenanigans. There was this one guy, I don't know if I should name him, but he was trying really hard to get all the Japanese players like super drunk and freaked out. He did a good job. Shout outs. You know who
Well,
you
that
are.
wouldn't be too hard, would it? I mean, Japanese people are generally don't take to alcohol too kindly.
Right? No, you gotta consider like everyone is like tired as shit,
Right.
and super sleepy, and
Not really fair.
also they were trying to corral Domi into a money match on stream because there was a stream in there and they were doing like all these exhibition matches, and it's a lot different from the tournament because it's like in a hotel room and there are people crowded around screaming, throwing money down.
Nice.
It is play money, by the way. Wink, wink.
Right. Totally legal.
So, there was a great match set, first to 10, between my pal Domi and Ida Master. Now, Ida Master doesn't speak English very much. He's from, I don't remember, he's from a Spanish-speaking country. I can't remember which one. And
Brazil?
no, that's Portuguese.
I was just testing you.
Yeah. Although maybe I'm
Okay.
totally wrong.
Good game.
I feel bad. I should know where he's from. But anyway, he's kind of infamous because
Spain.
he has the most top 32 ranking stars online. He's gotten one like literally every month. And that is like a huge time investment. So he's kind of infamous as being like the king of online grinders. Like everyone's played him and it's like,
Oh, that's the thing that you try to do from time to time.
yeah, I got me a couple stars, and I'm sure you remembered how it was like 30 days of grinding torture. Like 100% of my free time was going to.
Hikikomori, yeah.
Yeah. So this guy has done that every month for like 2 years.
So he was quite a pale-skinned gentleman.
You might say that. So him and Domi, they got a money match going, and so Domi's being all shy, like, I don't want a money match. I've been drinking, and I don't want to bet money. That's bad. So one of the other players screaming, "Yo, I'll pay for him. It doesn't matter." Just get him to play. I'm like, okay. So I'm like telling him in Japanese, okay, this is gonna be just for fun, you know. And if you do it for these guys, we'd all really appreciate it. He's like, well, okay. and like there's a translator working with Ida Master to work it out. So they sit down, they start playing, and people are getting hype, like chanting names, probably getting hotel security called on us, whatever.
Right.
And like people start throwing down on this huge pile of money in front of the screen, and it's like, whoa. So they're playing 10 games, and like people are losing their shit because like Domi is he's playing Kilgore, the new character, and like nobody else knows what this character can do, or they only have like a vague idea. But Domi is like nailing this stuff that's ridiculous, and people are going nuts because it's so hyped to watch. And so they're going back and forth, and they're like 9-9 going into the last one, and it comes down to the last hit, and it's just so perfect.
Wow.
And Domi won that, and everybody's like going nuts. It's hype as fuck, and it's like one of those magical moments that reminds you why you love video games.
Nice. Did he buy you all like steaks or something?
I don't think it was that much money, but maybe.
That much fake money.
Yeah. And he's kind of like, yeah. Like he hasn't swooped in and grabbed his pile of money. So like I do it for him, and I like fold it up nice and stuff it in his pocket and tell him, welcome to America.
Did he have a cigar in your mouth at that time?
Right? Stick with me, kid. You'll go far.
Hands off the merchandise.
Yeah. And we also got to talk with some of the developers at that party. I was like translating for them. If you remember the name D. James Goddard, he was there and regaled us with a lot of tales of working for Capcom and Namco and making fighting games back in the day.
Wow.
The day being the 90s. Because he worked on Street Fighter. He created DJ.
Oh,
and,
wow.
Yeah.
Did you punch him in the face for that?
DJ's a good character. Don't hate. No. And he made Weapon Lord, which is like a wonderful unknown gem of fighting games that was like way ahead of its time.
Is that not an N64 one, is it?
No, it's Super Nintendo. Maybe there's a Genesis version too. But like
this one.
Is it guys with like massive swords?
Maybe. It was like really violent, lots of decapitations, and
I think I've played that. Yeah, I've definitely played that.
it's not time killers though. It's actually good.
Okay.
And it had like a lot of like technical stuff that was way ahead of its time. Like it had online play optimization for the X-band modem.
Right.
So
Who knew 20 years later, it still hasn't been improved on a Nintendo system.
right. Yeah, so check out Weapon Lord. That game is the truth.
Awesome.
Yeah. So
did you meet any ex-Rare guys? I guess they wouldn't be around, would they?
yeah, I don't think
Xbox had them all executed.
Right. Get back to making avatars.
I met a couple of the voice actors in addition to the video game nerds that made the game.
Nice.
Yeah. There was a dude who voiced Tusk, and one more Japanese person, the lady that voices Hisako.
Oh, she's a genuine Japanese person.
Yeah. Well, she also speaks English at a native level.
Nice.
So, yeah. She's cool.
Weird. She got a weird way of walking, though.
Maybe she did like the
part where she jumps inside you and punches you from the inside.
Yeah, that was rough. That was rough.
Especially when you get like.
Yeah.
Do you have any, Pixar didn't happen.
Right. Some other stuff that went down. There were a lot of side tournaments that just had like 8 or 16 or so people in them for like old ass Saturn games and stuff.
Okay.
And I won like every one I entered, and it was great.
Sorry, you won everyone?
Yeah. that I entered, and I was like wishing I would have entered more. But you know, there's also the Killer Instinct stuff going on.
Which games did you play on Saturn?
Let's see, Marvel Superheroes versus Street Fighter. I won that shit. Get at me. What else? I'm looking at these prizes that are literally in my hand right now. Samurai Showdown 3. What's up? Big Billy One Slice. I used Hamaru.
Can't remember who that is.
He was the guy that was in CBS 2 that takes away a quarter of your life bar.
The standard Samurai Showdown guy.
Yeah, right. Because Charlotte isn't in that game. That's what I usually play. But yeah, that game is silly as shit. I love it. I also got a prize for surviving the Battletoads Turbo Tunnel.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, did you see photos? Like they set up like an actual speeder bike you could sit in when you did the Turbo Tunnel challenge. I know.
Really?
Tweeted some pics of that. Yeah.
Nice.
What else? And on the last day, there was a Power Stone tournament. It was like literally as they were like shutting down the room and like trying to shoo us out.
On an actual Dreamcast?
Yes. So it was actually between me and the last guy in the grand final, and they literally ran out of time and pulled the plug on the machine. Wow. So they just gave us both a prize.
Consolation prize.
I think I would have won that. I think I had that. That was fun. You know what was fun is they set up some Killer Instinct 1 and 2 arcade machines, and
oh wow. Did you pick one up and kill someone with them?
Yeah.
Good.
Yo, I played so much KI2 and I was blowing up dudes with like my hidden KI2 technology because I invested a lot of my life into that game. And
my strongest memory of KI2 was playing in the arcade. And I went down. I used to go down to the arcade like once every 2 weeks. My dad would give me like 6 credits worth of money. And we went down, and this guy was playing Killer Instinct 2, but he was practicing. So he put in 2 credits, one for him, one for player 2. And he picked Glacius with player 2 and just kept regenerating his health.
Oh.
And so me and my brother were just sitting there like, what the fuck? We want to play this game. Why won't you let us play? And he just kept pumping money in and regenerating his health. And we're like, oh my god, you dick.
Wow. It's pretty sneaky.
I have a similar story, something that happened to me this week. In the arcades, there's some machines that let you play for free if you have like a certain medal or trading card. I'm talking like Kamen Rider type stuff here, by the way. Japanese Power Rangers, and they let you play like once per medal or once per trading card for free. And my kid was he was queuing up to play it, and there was this kid in front of him, and he had like a book full of medals, and he would just like play once, and then he would just put in the next one and the next one. It's like, come on, fucking asshole, move out the way. And I punched him in the back of the head, and it was fine after that.
Good.
He went down to his mum.
That's how you do in the arcades, right? Don't mash throw or you get stabbed.
He was like 6 years old, but he had it coming to him.
Today's the day. You're gonna learn.
So yeah, that's awesome. Thank you, Ty. Is it nice escaping the country, or
no?
How does it feel?
America sucks. Oh, no, it was okay.
I thought America was supposed to be great again. Anyway, moving on.
I did play a Nintendo game. I've been playing Edgeworth 2.
Oh.
Yeah, the English patch made by fans.
That's the one. It was never actually released in English. It's Japanese only.
That's right.
Which system is this on?
This is on DS.
Original DS.
Yes. It was later on in the life. So, yeah, I mean, if you played Ace Attorney Investigations, this is the second one, starring Edgeworth, and you solve more mysteries without ever going to court, right? Because that's how they do in Japan. They they decide it before it goes to court.
That's right. 95% conviction rate, right?
Right. So it's a fan translation. It does use the established English translation stuff, so it has the American or Western character names like Edgeworth and Gumshoe and all those guys.
Okay, so it was done by guys who know their shit.
Yeah, and I was kind of surprised. Like they even translated stuff that would be like static images, like I don't know, like if there's like a still image of evidence or something. If there's English writing, or if there's Japanese writing, it would be translated into English. They even changed Celsius to Fahrenheit, where it was crucial.
To me, that's breaking the game.
Right? Well, they have both. They have the both.
Okay.
So it seems like there's a lot of effort put into the translate to making it a very professional product. But I don't know. I was kind of raising my eyebrows at some of the translations. Like I've seen at least 6 instances of them translating like Shikatanai to "it can't be helped." I mean, like, come on. There's like more ways to do it.
Shogunai?
Shogunai, yeah.
Shogunai that it can't be helped. Okay, right. Shit happens.
Yeah.
C'est la vie.
You guess you gotta just handle it.
That's life.
Right?
Right.
I guess it can't be helped.
Yeah.
That's pretty fucking terrible. But I mean, overall, it's very good. It's very good.
That's cool.
So I'm about halfway through the game, I think. So I'll probably report back once I finish it, and then I can get to playing games on this new 3DS I got.
Say what?
Yeah. Okay. So my Japanese one, it's broken as fuck.
Right. Yeah, I remember you saying that. Is the control stick or the screen or something?
There's 2 things. It just kind of shuts off when you touch you tilt the screen the wrong way, and also the headphone jack doesn't work so well. Like it only.
Okay.
So
how did you fuck it up so much?
I bought it used, and it was already fucked up, I think.
Oh, okay.
What did that person do?
Yeah, right. I think they must have dropped it off the roof a few times. So I bought an American one.
Stress test.
Yeah, and I'm gonna hack the shit out of it. Like, I'm not even gonna sugarcoat that. Like, I need to. I need to play games from both regions on it. Yeah.
Right.
So I'll let you know how that goes.
Well, you can play your original DS games, no problem.
Yeah, shit. Who cares? I already have an original DS. I have my launch day DS, which is it works great. It just looks raggedy as shit.
Don't tell me it's a gray one.
Oh, it's a gray one. It was gray. Now it's like worn plastic color.
True story. I delayed buying a DS because I was so repulsed by the gray. I just couldn't stomach to buy it. So I waited for the all white one to come out, and I got that one.
Okay, nerd.
Yeah, I've got the all white small DS, but I remember the original DS we had was that annoying silver gray thing.
The prototype that they accidentally sold. I like to call it.
How old is that thing now? Because it's launch day and it still works great, despite traveling like a million miles with me. And
one of the only reasons I got my own DS was because my sister, she in her infinite wisdom, she was trying to play a DS game, like I think Rub Rabbit, and she couldn't find the stylus, so she got a ballpoint pen.
Oh,
and scratched the fuck out of it.
Yeah, and she was like, it annoys me to this day because I saw her doing it, and I'm like, what the hell are you doing to the DS? And she's like, it's fine. And I'm like, the whole screen is covered with pen. You just put a pen through my machine.
Oh, she actually clicked it on as well.
Yeah, it wasn't just like a dip. She scratched the shit out of the screen and coated it with ink. It's like,
man, yeah, a lot of those early DS games were like stress tests. Like between like Rub Rabbits and ON Down and stuff, like you were hammering the shit out of that screen.
Yeah, I know with Elite Beat Agents, they had like there's a lot of parts in that where I was hammering the crap out of my one too.
Right. And that's probably, I think it was kind of rough on your hands too if you just use the small stylus. Like I actually got like a big pen-sized stylus, and that was a lot more comfortable for, the fucking high
Don't
level
have
one.
little
Pro
baby
stylus.
dainty fingers for those little tiny styluses.
Right?
Nowadays they'd call it the Stylus Pro and sell it for like $15.
Yeah, it's
Or
got
the new stylus.
I think it was free E3 swag, actually. Like it had Mario on the end of it in like a little cart. So
There was a time where like every single TGS you couldn't help but come home with like a new stylus.
right?
It's like everything, every
Like
game.
it was really fancy. Like it had a little strap on it too. It's definitely the fanciest stylus I've ever owned.
Did you ever have the thumb strap thing?
The thumb strap?
Yeah,
Because they actually didn't they stop putting that in after a while?
yeah. Mine came with my original DS and nothing afterwards.
It was a stylus that you could strap to your thumb.
Weird.
Yeah, to use with first-person shooter games.
That's
And,
So,
and Mario.
Syrian 3, I think that's Luca in the chat,
Mhm.
just said that he also got that Mario Kart stylus. He said he got it through the Nintendo Stars catalog.
Oh, okay.
Ty's
So,
Secret
I'm glad-
Past coming out.
I'm glad somebody knows the stylus I'm talking about. I'm pretty sure I got mine from E3.
Like,
Oh God, it's Danny.
Hey guys.
here comes a new challenger. Danny Bivens
Get ready to
is
fight
back
your
from the
rival.
dead.
That's great timing because I was just wrapping up my my new business.
Okay, cool.
Oh well, one more thing. I also grabbed a pile of Nintendo 64 games while I was in the States,
Sweet.
right? As well as some Xbox 360 garbage.
How are you going to be playing those, Ty?
I'm gonna be playing these 64 games at probably final round bats. I got Fighters Destiny 1 and 2.
But do you have like a modded N64 or something?
No, I actually don't have a 64 in my house. I'm playing it on someone else's. But you don't need to mod your 64 if you have a Game Shark. That's
Right.
You just
And
run it right through.
even here too, like I've had problems with Game Sharks for a long time, like getting them to actually do anything. But
Oh,
I bought,
there's a few tricks to making old Game Sharks work correctly.
okay.
I'll
Well,
tell you
like-
about those later.
I bought something at Super Potato or something like that. It was like maybe $6, and it's just you can
Just
plug it
a
into any.
passive.
Yeah, exactly. So it
Yeah,
worked for
I
everything.
was kind of amused when James said mod your 64, which when in reality you're just like getting some plastic shit out of the way.
Right.
Like you just
Hacksaw.
you just mod your 64 with like a drill from the garage.
I was using the retro, meaning of mod, as in like literally modifying the shape of it.
Yeah.
You're hacking the mainframe with a fucking axe. Like, it's good times.
Right. I mean, I feel like mod is too fancy a word.
Circumvent.
Maybe disfigure.
Right.
All right.
So,
What's good, Danny?
What's whatever the opposite of rest in peace is? Welcome back.
Thank you. Back from the dead.
We're eager to hear of your exciting time with the Splatoon test fire.
Oh my
boy,
God.
are we?
So I have some fun stories. Most of them ending in failure. But okay, so yes. So I was gone all day yesterday, so I didn't have a chance to play it. But I was at home today, and I decided to play. They had one at noon starting today, and I got on. I was about like 12:30, and I was going to get started, and then it just gave me an error. It said like, "Oh, you can't connect parental controls because
You blocked yourself out.
okay."
Amazing.
What's really kind of bizarre about those parental controls, like you in the app, like on your phone, you can turn off like restrictions totally, and I did, and somehow
Except one thing, you can't play
No.
online.
I looked like afterwards there. I didn't see anything that said I shouldn't be able to, but I kind of went through the message so fast that then I was like, okay, whatever. And then I think I went and like maybe reset my Switch because I was like, okay, everything's going to be fine. And then I couldn't get the thing to connect to the internet at all. And it was like giving me errors like, oh, you try putting in your password again. Maybe it's not close enough. It's like, okay, I was just using this thing. I'm using a bunch of other devices online too.
Danny, at any point did it ever say, ask your parents to help you set it up?
It did not. That's why I had so many problems.
Did you ever think at any point that somehow I'd got a hold of it and I was like controlling it?
The thought did cross my mind. I was just kind of in my head, just screaming for my daddy, but not James Charlton. But,
yeah,
so,
obviously you need someone to set it up.
Yeah. So
long story short, you didn't actually play it?
No, so eventually I got all that network stuff worked out, and I got to play it this evening for a little bit before some other stuff happened, made me late.
The 8 o'clock one?
Yeah. So I got to play, but yeah, I got to get in on some matches a little bit, but I never was able to finish a match because like the connection would time out. And within like an 18-minute period, I think I got disconnected 15 times.
What?
Yeah.
That's mental.
Asshole, fucking over your team over and over like that.
Well,
Shame on
yeah.
you.
I mean, sometimes at one point it froze up and there was somebody just shooting, and I was like, oh.
Doing the moonwalk in place.
Basically, I mean.
Yeah, the classic disconnect.
So yeah, that was disappointing. I mean, I got to play, a couple of probably about 5 minutes total in like a 30-minute span of Splatoon 2.
They got a lot of network work to be doing then before the game comes out. Yeah,
and that's ideally that's the point of doing stuff like this. But if I were to have bought this game and had the same experience, I would not be a very happy camper.
I wonder if it's anything to do with the regions all being. It's like because now it's completely region free. It's like maybe it's like before it was all like segmented, wasn't it? Like. Well, with the Splatfest at least, anyway.
Yeah, like the way it worked though, James. Like I used my Japanese account. I downloaded the thing from the Japanese store, if that even matters. And I was teamed up with people locally here in Japan. Like I had a lot of Japanese names. So
no excuses.
Yeah, I mean, so
nobody in Japan has like a slow connection, so there's no excuse there, is there?
Yeah, theoretically, right?
Man, wireless is bad.
Yeah,
and then the weird thing is, I just saw Don Nintendo tweeting out a picture of him playing Splatoon 2 like online using his mobile internet. Mm-hmm. And Danny, you were tweeting about how you were lolling at the prospect of doing that, right? But
yeah, and
maybe it would have worked out better.
When I was having some problems earlier in the day because I couldn't connect to my home network, I just for shits and giggles, I just tried to attach to my phone via tethering, and it worked like immediately. Like, what in the hell is going on? Yeah.
So you could technically play Splatoon 2 on the bus.
Technically, I mean, with 4G connections and LTE connections here in Japan, I mean, honestly, sometimes the speeds are almost the same as my house. I'm not saying the speeds I get here are blazingly fast, but sometimes you get like 20 megabits per second and stuff like that on, down on the.
That'd be amazing.
My phone internet, like my pocket Wi-Fi that I have here, is always faster than my home internet.
He says from his pixelated, barely working Google video. I believe you, Cyrus. I believe you.
I'm sure Ty can testify to my glorious internet connection yesterday, trying to play Overwatch with him.
Yeah, it exploded a few times, and I was wondering like if he set up like a bunch of microwaves in his apartment or something.
Absolutely.
Well, the ironic thing is, like, Nintendo said, don't like put like things like wireless devices and like mobile phones near your Switch.
Fish tanks.
And then it's like, but please use the mobile phone app to use voice chat. So Danny, obviously that app doesn't exist yet. So
no,
that, right?
Nothing like that. Yeah.
Okay, but at least you got to see. You didn't play that at the Switch event, right? So
no,
this was the first time you'd ever seen or played Splatoon 2.
Right, and per default, it sets up with the gyro controls and stuff, and you could change it if you want. And with Splatoon on the Wii U, I never played with gyro controls. I always played manually. I mean, sometimes I would find that, man, if I had gyro right there, I could have done a lot better. But I want to put a little bit more time into it before I pass any judgment. It seemed kind of weird. Like every time when I started a match, like the gyro camera thingy, aiming thing would always be like pointed like straight down on top of my character's head. And then I had to kind of like fiddle around with it. This is like when I'm holding a controller like naturally, kind of like, right like this, like right ways up. And then okay, I guess I have to do this, tilt it down. It's kind of weird. But
were you playing it portably? Like
no. I was playing with the grip.
Okay.
So
usually you press Y to reset the camera. But
yeah, and I because I never really had to do that, when I was controlling the camera completely myself, but I was kind of starting to get used to that, and then I had to stop playing. So
okay. So did you play? Well, Danny, I already talked about the party.
Oh, sweet.
Switch. So.
Oh man. Okay.
Yeah, we heard you were like in full Karen mode, just showing up to people's parties. Sounds good.
Yeah, that was me.
Guys, can everyone stop drinking? We're going to be playing some video games.
Yes.
Shameful.
That was me. Hello.
Good times. No, good times. So is that okay, Dan? Is that
no? That's good. That's pretty much all I had. So
okay. So from that, we're going to move on to some Japanese.
Yeah.
Oh God.
Deal with it. So Cyrus, I believe you're the only person who's played this game on Wii U.
Yeah. So Fast RMX on Switch versus the Wii U is like I have Fast RMX on or
Isn't
whatever
this
it's
called
called.
Fast Racing DX?
Yeah, Fast Racing Neo on the Wii U. Game is cool. I haven't played a huge chunk of it, but it's a really good fast racing game. Like you don't have F-Zero. This is the best you're gonna get. It's pretty close. And
there was actually a game on the Wii, like original Wii. I remember downloading the demo of it, which if anyone knows how painful that was.
Racing, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think it was called, yeah. And Fast Racing Neo, and then now Fast Racing Remix. So yeah, I think this is like a Digital Foundry video of like the comparison of like the frame rates and everything. So basically it runs in 60 at 1080 on Switch.
Which is for a game this fast, 60 frames per second is a massive boost to playing this.
Yeah, and they analyzed all the different extra filters and effects that are added to the Switch version as well. I mean, some people say it's like the best looking game on the system at the moment. Aside from Zelda, but
honestly,
Zelda has its frame rate issues, doesn't it?
Like Fast Racing Neo on the Wii U, I think that is still one of the best looking games on the Wii U, let alone on the Switch. So, like, this is a game that they knew they didn't have to do a ton of render work at any time, and they just made the game look amazing.
And I believe the patch to allow friend multiplayer has been added now, because that wasn't at launch.
Yeah, I think it's out like basically now. Probably by the time people are listening to this, not live, it's out.
Right. Exactly. But yeah, I'm excited to play that on the Switch. Danny, have you got this? Danny, hello.
No, I don't have it actually. It's something I'm wanting to kind of pick up. It's again kind of like since I have like my base accounts in Japan and use Japanese money, it's not on the Japanese eShop yet, but maybe I'll just. But like we talked about in the past episode and previously, that if I wanted to get money on my American account, I could use my Japanese credit card on my American 3DS and add money to my.
What?
Yeah. So Ty, you weren't.
Oh, I see what you mean now. Because like the old systems, when I say old, I mean 3DS and Wii U.
Right.
They allow you to use any credit card, right? But for some reason on the Switch, they've blocked credit cards from the wrong region, right?
And I haven't tried it myself just to confirm it, but a lot of people were saying that online. But yeah, Ty, like what I could do is like
because the wallets are finally shared across all systems now.
And you have to enable it, but once you do, then everything's shared. But that's kind of a weird thing to have out of the Switch.
Danny, that's actually kind of genius. I hope. Yeah. Did you read that or did you figure that out yourself?
I just thought about that in my head. I haven't tried it, but I don't see why it wouldn't work.
That's a really good idea. I mean, people, if they have a console from that a 3DS or Wii U from the other region, that's a great way of adding it.
Mm-hmm.
Credit. Good thinking.
Yeah.
Box Boy. I mean, well, yeah, but Sayonara Box Boy, Danny hasn't played it. I played the demo. It seems like more Box Boy. Yeah, it finally got it's got a European release date, so it's in English. I don't know what they really need to translate in this game. What, like start, I think is about it.
Maybe like some of the menu type of stuff, or the instruction manual.
There's all comic strips as well.
Yeah.
So anyway, it's coming out. It's out now. Past tense. It's come out in Europe. But are we still waiting on an American launch? Seems weird.
Possibly.
Oh yeah, Reggie never usually drops the ball of things like that, does he?
Never.
Ty.
Yes.
You own Mario Kart 8.
Yeah, one of the few Nintendo games made in the last few years that I actually do own.
And what were the things wrong with it?
A lot of things.
Items, right? Items. You can only hold one item.
I mean, that can be okay, but well, let's just talk about the news for right this second. So I guess Mario Kart 8 is gonna have air quotes new features. The notes here have a new hat, and I can only guess there's gonna be like pink metal baby Waluigi or something.
You're
there
actually
is
very
like
close.
Gold Mario is unlockable, isn't he?
God damn it, I knew it.
Yeah.
Gold Mario is like the ultimate unlockable. You have to unlock everything to get him. Like, so as far as I remember, 200cc is now unlocked from the start.
Yeah,
that was a kind of late addition to
neat.
the original one.
Yeah, that was a patch.
And Ty, if you can find the AC adapter for your Wii U and plug it in again, I would highly recommend playing 200cc because it is fucking balls hard.
No thanks.
Yeah, I know Light Hero. He's like an Irish streamer, and he plays Mario Kart and Smash Bros all the time. And his 200cc matches of Mario Kart are bonkers. Like
it's ridiculous. Yeah. So yeah, I mean, there's a bunch of new characters, but I wouldn't say any of them are new. They're just like returning characters.
Oh, the Splatoon ones are pretty new.
Yeah, well, yeah, obviously the Splatoon ones. I think they're literally just called Boy and Girl.
Well, in English it's like Inkling Boy, Inkling Girl. In Japanese it's just Boy.
Yeah, that's right.
It's like that, I think.
Yeah, I think I'm remembering from the Switch event. Yeah. And there's the feather from the Super Nintendo one.
Only available in battle mode.
Is it?
Yes.
Huh. And
Wait, what is only available in battle mode?
Feather.
Oh, okay. Huh.
And the ghost as well. The ghost and the feather from the Super Nintendo original.
Yeah, the feather disappeared after the Super Nintendo one.
Right, and with this one too, you can use the feather to, obviously jump, but you can also use it to steal balloons from other characters, like other racers and stuff. So.
Wow, that's sneaky.
Yeah.
I prefer to use it just to, hold up the match forever by jumping into it.
Yeah, in the middle and like the beach one or something. Yeah, that's the best thing to do, man.
And just like have a standoff for like 5 minutes.
for like 5 hours.
Yeah, what's up? I'll do it.
I have nothing but time here.
Yeah, if you've ever played a fighting game against me where I play a keep away character, you have no idea how patient I can be. I will run that clock down.
Full disclosure, I have never owned a Mario Kart.
You suck.
I played a ton of Mario Kart Wii in college just because one of the guys in the house had it. But aside from that, I've never really played Mario Kart.
And then
I played 1,000 hours of Mario Kart 64.
Yeah, I'm totally going to get this Mario Kart 8 Deluxe on the Switch. 100% getting it though. That's like a perfect Switch game.
Right, and we still don't know about the download play. Nintendo released an official overview video recently. I think that's what this news article is about. So you can read about you can watch the video and just find out all the new stuff, like the new Cops and Robbers battle mode option, especially made for Ty.
Riveting.
I think it starts like it says like run away from the authority or something. I think it's like authority versus something, bad guys or something like that.
We'll just have to see how the English version pans out. I hope it's that awkward. Authorities versus
bad guys,
miscreants.
I like that.
Ne'er-do-wells.
Yeah.
So the cops have got like the piranha plant item that like boosts you forward and grabs people, and if you grab someone, they go into jail. And then the robbers have to like hit a switch to release the cage to free the people. And then I think after a while, after like whatever 3 or 4 minutes, you switch roles.
Yeah, that's pretty cute. Sounds like a custom game someone made in like in a game editor mode.
Yeah. This seems like gosh, I've never played it, but isn't there like a Counter-Strike or a Half-Life mod that plays like that?
Cops and robbers.
Yeah,
I know. Like in Halo, there was like the zombies mode where you have to free people and catch them, and they change sides and stuff. But I don't know.
It's also a very popular Japanese schoolyard game.
Yes.
there you go.
Game, isn't it?
While we're on Mario, just we had a question in the chat. So who was it? Ben Perez. Sorry if I mispronounced that. He's asking, who's your favorite Mario enemy and why?
Mario enemy?
Yeah,
Across,
who's your
like, all
favorite
games?
enemy in Mario?
That's
fan.
a tough question.
Bullet Bill, man. Bullet Bill for life.
Yeah, Kira.
Nice.
I like his aquatic cousin, Torpedo Ted.
Yeah, I was gonna say Torpedo Ted's mine. He's such a
the underwater one.
Yeah, he's only in like one stage, right? In Mario World.
A couple, I think, but yeah.
Or Chain Chomp and Thwomps. They're all like they're my top 3. I don't know which out of those 3.
I like the mini Mecha Koopas from Mario World.
Oh yeah, those
the
are
ones
cool.
that the wind-up ones.
I think this is like secretly a really deep philosophical question.
Right?
It's going to end up saying like way more about me than I want it to.
Yeah, he's doing a personality profile on all of us right now.
Great.
So Ty's father doesn't love him. Okay.
Right? Gosh.
Danny, did you say anything?
Yeah, Torpedo Ted, I think. Torpedo Ted, or also like Renzor, the dinosaur.
Oh, the dinosaur one. That's good.
Trent Reznor.
Reznor,
Yes.
Reznor, or was it Renzor?
I think
it was Reznor.
Yeah, it was
The
Reznor.
mini boss? The mini boss one.
The mini boss one. The Japanese, I think his name's like Buddha or something like that.
All right.
Like,
Well,
anyway.
Torpedo Ted was my joke answer. I think my real answer is gotta go with Bombs.
Oh, okay.
Oh yeah, that's a quality answer. Man, Bowser has the best weapons.
Right?
Bob-omb. None of you guys could spell it correctly if I remember from the quiz that I did. You all got it wrong.
Side note, Tyrion again. I think this is Luca. Is Luca called Tyrion?
Yeah,
for you,
Lucas.
Jack?
That's Luca too.
Yep.
Yeah, he says Torpedo Teds are only in Soda Lake, which is a secret stage.
Boom. Ty, you're wrong.
So chances
Are you
are most
sure?
people never saw them outside the credits.
Yeah.
I thought it was in like a castle.
No, I don't think so. I'll just go with Luke on this.
I want to double check that. Where is this including the special road? Was there a special road with Torpedo Teds?
Okay, next.
There's definitely a water stage.
Do some research, Ty, right now and come back with us.
I will.
Danny, you want to get the next one? Zelda?
Sure. So, oh yeah. So there's some Zelda Breath of the Wild content coming to Monster Hunter Double Cross, which just released here in Japan on March 18th. What do we got here? Just some kind of fun, ugly looking costumes, maybe.
Yeah, it's the Breath of the Wild Zelda Link costume.
I mean, like Monster Hunter games, they tend to have a lot of like costumes and stuff. They've done Zelda stuff in the past as well too.
Oh,
But,
yeah.
like
That's right as well, right?
Double Cross is going balls to the wall on these guest crossovers. You can get like a Sailor Moon costume for your cat, your cat assistants, the felines, and like they just keep announcing more and more crossover like DLC packs or free DLC.
Yeah.
Double crossovers.
Yes. And
Oh,
with this too, this is, I mean, it's more than just costume stuff. There's actually like certain event quests that you can get from 7-Eleven hotspots. It goes on between April 24th and May 31st. Yeah, so Maybe this stuff will come to America whenever Double Cross comes to North America and Europe under a different name.
Generations 2 or Generations Final Unite or whatever. Freedom Unite.
Generations G.
Yeah.
Yeah, hopefully Japanese people will finally learn what double cross actually means, and it's not a good thing.
Double Cross was fantastic because the first game called Monster Hunter Cross. That's cool. Whatever. Double Cross is a really clever name. That's cool. I like it. Just calling it Cross. That's a good idea.
Cross 2.
Sure.
But
2 cross 2 serious.
They are like pushing the crap out of this game. Like I went into Shibuya the other day in Tokyo, and like it's one of those big trendy teenager areas, like big shopping areas, and a lot of Japanese like town areas have loudspeakers that play music in the shopping areas. And
I'm familiar.
In Shibuya, like I know in Hachioji near me, and Shibuya has them anyway. But they just had the Monster Hunter theme song playing on loop on this main street, and like this, it just every time it came on, it like made my head snap up because I'm like, where is that coming from? Because I've heard that theme song so much being played when I used to play Freedom Unite, and that's a lot of Monster Hunter theme songs being played 24 hours a day on that street.
Yeah.
Okay, next, Media Crate sales. Exciting.
It's been a while.
Let's see where Switch has been. So, number 10, we do have a Switch game. Puyo Puyo Tetris. Danny, you have that?
I do.
Congratulations.
Whoa.
Thank you.
Number 9 is Dragon Quest Monsters Joker 3 Professional. I guess Professional is like an extra version of it.
Right.
And then we've got PS4 Super Robot Wars game. Number 7, we've got a Switch game, Dragon Quest Heroes 1 and 2, with apparently the worst frame rate you'll ever see in your life.
I don't know. I played Hyrule Warriors on 3DS.
Also, it's funny, the abbreviation that they're using is NSW, so apparently it's not safe for work, Nintendo Switch. Number 6 is Super Bomberman R, doing quite well there. And then we've got Nier, PS4, and then number 4, we've got Breath of the Wild on Wii U, which is quite high for, considering Japanese people don't really play Zelda that much. It's on the Wii U, which not many people have. And then number 3, not safe for work, 1 2 Switch, 80,000. Crazy. Then we've got Horizon Zero Dawn, PS4, and then number 1, we've got not safe for work, Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild, limited edition as well, on the Switch. Yeah. That's almost 190,000. It's crazy that like 1 2 Switch is like half of Zelda, because like I think I read somewhere in the States, like the GameStop CEO was saying how the ratio is like almost 1-to-1, like Switch and Zelda. Like everyone who bought a Switch bought Zelda, but in Japan it's not like that, and that just makes me angry. And like, what is wrong with Japanese people? Seriously,
It really is so odd how just Zelda just doesn't sell in Japan. Like it sells well, but why it doesn't sell to nearly what it does in America, I just don't get.
Danny, is Link's like death sounds, which I'm sure you've heard a lot? Are they the Japanese ones that from Ocarina, where it's like?
No,
like
it's
really Japanese.
It's a little bit different, but you can especially hear the Japanesiness with some of like the NPC characters when they're just doing like the little grunts.
Is it Beetle, the guy who's in Skyward
Beetle's
Sword in the flying shop thing? He goes like "hello" or something like that. It's really Japanese.
Yeah, there's a lot of other things too. Just like, oh man, I met this carpenter guy, and some of the things that they say, like the little noises that they make, are just like, whoa, he's really Japanese. And
So
even
they
like
don't
I think
change those sounds for the
they don't change that. But for like obviously the main characters that are speaking, that it's a full English in those sections. But if they're making little grunts or something, it might be kind of a Japanesey sounding thing. But Link sounds fine. It's not like you can't really tell. It's just a guy grunting, basically.
Back in the day, did you ever feel like, when we were younger, did you ever feel like they were not English or weird sounding, like Link's sounds?
Before I came to Well, before I
before
came
you
to
came to
Japan,
Japan.
I didn't even think about that stuff. But afterwards, even noticing like mannerisms and stuff, like in Majora's Mask, there's a section where Link does like a Japanese bow to somebody in the game. I was like,
Right.
whoa, okay.
Yeah. Once you've been to Japan or you know a bit about Japanese culture, Zelda, the whole world, Hyrule seems so Japanese suddenly. It's
Mhm.
weird. But yeah, that Beedle, I think it's called Beedle, the shopkeeper.
Yeah.
In Skyward Sword, because I was in Japan while I was playing it, and I was like, "Holy shit! This guy is like straight out of like a guy from Big Camera,
Yeah.
selling me stuff here." It's kind of crazy. So what do we got next? Anyone like Secret of Mana?
Yeah. Me.
Okay, so Ty, what's next?
So let's see. They're re-releasing the trilogy, right?
Yeah, the Seiken Densetsu trilogy.
Yeah. Now this seems like a can of worms because the first one was a Game Boy game,
Right.
right? Released as Final Fantasy something or other.
Adventure
Legends.
or
Legends.
Wait,
Legends?
shit.
Or was it something else? Because there's like another one on.
No, I think you're right. I think it's Final Fantasy Adventure or Final Fantasy.
Final
Legends.
Fantasy
It was a
Legend. I have it
Legends or
right.
Adventure. I don't remember.
I have it right here.
Oh, there's a treat for the video viewers. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One of the first games I ever emulated on PC was Final Fantasy Legend.
Yeah.
Ooh.
I have a copy around here somewhere too. So there's that. There's the Secret of Mana, which everybody loves.
Yeah.
And then Seiken Densetsu 3, which is perpetually snatched up by Gaijin visiting the Super Potato. Right?
So I guess that would be Secret of Mana 2 if it was ever released.
Right? So that's
Yeah.
never been released in the West, right? Or did they
Mm.
sneak it out sometime?
No.
No, I think it has never been released. This is
I think
the
there's
only time.
there's a fan patch, but
Right?
I don't think there's an official one.
Yeah. So it's to me, it's always been like the most sought after Japan exclusive on Super Nintendo. So
It does look nice.
Yeah. But so what are they translating it to English or is it
No,
just
it's
gonna
so
be
far
Japanese?
Japan release only. They've no announcement for an English version of this.
Okay.
There's
Well,
3 games on a cartridge on Switch. For a slightly reduced price, I think.
yeah. Is that
It's not
gonna have
full price.
online play though? Because
The-
Secret of Mana is a 3-player co-op.
I know
And-
that
It is.
And it's great. It's one of the best co-op games ever made. Real talk.
It's coming out on the 1st of June, by the way, in Japan, and it's only going to cost 4,800 yen, which is like a discount in
Yeah.
price. It's like not full price, but yeah, I can't see this coming out to the West, unfortunately. Like for the reasons that Ty said, it's the third one hasn't been translated. Lots of them have got different names. They don't even have mana in the title in the first game in English. So
Right? Yeah, it does seem like a translation nightmare. So
yeah, it does say that they all include multiplayer. I'm not sure if it's online or not, but
there was a leaked, not leaked, or I don't know, like there was a little Twitter video a few days before it was officially announced of some guys playing, like they had a Joy-Con each and they were playing it on a TV, like multiplayer, but that was on the same console. It wasn't online, so who knows? You would hope they would do that, but this is on a Nintendo system and it's Square Enix, so who knows?
yeah, like it's such a great opportunity. That would be a system seller, real talk.
Yeah.
If you
That
could
is.
play online 3-player co-op,
Yeah,
even
man.
if you have to use your damn phone for voice chat.
Fun fact: Secret of Mana is like one of 2 Japanese RPGs that I've completed. The other
Good
one being
job.
Pokemon Blue.
Did you
I
play it on
believe so.
co-op or by yourself?
I played a lot of co-op. Yeah.
Yeah, it's fun.
A lot of co-op. Yeah. Yeah. Got to grind the levels in the ice forest, right?
Yeah, there's a good bug you can use. All right, yeah. Let me tell you. You know how you have to pick up a weapon orb to upgrade your weapons?
Mhm.
You find them in chests and like key points in the game.
Right.
But like, I'm not sure about the exact timing, but you can pick it up multiple times.
That's ridiculous.
I don't know if it's frame specific or not, but like me and my co-op partners, we just pick up the chest, and there's like a shake animation. The guy picks up the chest, shakes it up and down, plops it down, and then you get the orb. Then you have everybody on top of it mashing the button to pick it up again, and sometimes you could get it like 2, 3, 4 times.
Shit.
And break the game.
And that's strats.
Awesome. And so the last bit of news we've got for you today. Oh, Jesus Christ. Cyrus, you take this before I throw up on my computer.
So recently, the Sonic Forces was shown its first gameplay video, which is the Sonic Generations 2. And this was one of the first games that was confirmed to have like a Switch release. It had like Nintendo Switch at the bottom of the first poster.
Yeah, I broke the news in my my NX video that I did at TGS, where I got all the exclusives.
It's good times. Get ahead of the game. Famicast. We're here
did
for
it.
you.
You did it.
Yeah. So Sonic Forces is it's basically Sonic Generations 2, post-apocalyptic feel. Everyone loves that. Nintendo, take note. It's
Oh man, I'm biting my tongue here.
So all they've shown so far is if you played like what was it, Sonic, the one where it turned into the werewolf, Sonic World Tour in Japanese, I think, or Sonic Adventure, World Adventure, I don't know. But it's got like the super fast, like running directly behind Sonic sequences. And if you've ever played that
Sonic game, then
this gun is like, they were ridiculously fast though. They were just like, they pushed it as fast as they could possibly go so you can still play it. And it was damn fun. So I'm looking forward to this. I'm a big fan of Sonic Generations. If they can just do that game again, I will be very happy.
Man, watching that video, I mean, it's like you're just going through this level in a straight line. There's all this like really like detailed geometry going past it, which you'll never see again. It's just like
if they play it the same as the Sonic or that whatever, I can't remember the world. Sonic Unleashed, that's the one.
Unleashed.
The
Werewolf.
Yeah, in Sonic Unleashed, those sections you do actually control where you can go. You can go. It's like a branching path. So when you're going through it the first time, it is just a blur. But if you play it again, you'll see where you can change directions and take alternate routes and stuff.
Big deal. No one cares. But
it's a good game. Trust me.
Somebody tweeted out like, I think this was without trolling, without joking. Somebody like combined the picture of Sonic Forces and then underneath Mario Odyssey, and it was like, this Christmas we'll have 2 like 3D platformers. Like, which one will come out on top? And I'm like, is this a joke tweet? It's like, are you seriously asking that question? And also, it was brilliant how the artwork for Sonic, for like the render that they're showing it, was Sonic standing in front of a massive pile of flaming garbage. I just thought, do you really want that? Like, as the image, Sonic standing in front of the whole world on fire, steaming pile of garbage on fire. Yep, brilliant. So that's the news. So are you seriously going to get that, Cyrus?
Oh yeah, man! Seriously, Sonic Generations is actually one of my favorite like Sonic games. Period. It's super good. Like, after hearing this, I'm trying to see if I'm going to buy it again on PC or something just to play it, because it's really good.
I have that. I have yet to play it.
I bought both the 3DS one and I think the Xbox copy of it because they were different. They had like different stages on both of them.
Huh.
It's that good, yo. It's that good.
I'll play it sometime.
Okay. So yeah, that's the end of the news. So now we're going to go on to a special Famicast history segment. And we're actually asking people listening if they want to join us for this segment. But we're going to start off with a bit of history here. So Danny, you compiled this list of all the episodes that everyone's been on.
Yes,
which is pretty cool, because we may forget or blocked it from our memories.
Yeah, and I can neither confirm nor deny that this list is 100% accurate. But
this is pretty cool, though.
It's pretty close.
So apparently, it doesn't include this episode, right?
Right.
So we can add one onto everything.
Right.
So apparently I've been on 85 episodes.
Yes.
This chart is
That's
ridiculous.
surprising, actually. That's surprising. I can't believe I only missed 15.
Yeah. Well,
that's weird.
Yeah. Well, I think total with maybe some of the telethon stuff, if you add that stuff in, which I did, I think we're sitting at about like 107 quote unquote full.
Oh, right. Yes.
Episodes or whatever.
Telethon ones. And I think we actually episode 15 had 2 parts.
That's right.
Two.
That was
so technically 99 was the 100th one, but
yeah,
we'll ignore that.
Yes. Didn't happen.
So yeah, I think I missed a telethon one, and yeah, whatever. And Danny, you've been on 101. Okay, 101 episodes. Good job.
Yeah, including this
102.
Thank you very much.
And then Matt Walker has been on 14. I think we're going to hear from Matt.
Yes,
on this episode. And Don, he was on 23, and Minoru was on 17. So Minoru actually beat Matt. And then Ty, you've been on 79 episodes.
Wow. I've almost caught up with you.
And then Tim, who the hell's Tim?
Tim, Tim Collier. He was a friend of mine. He was on the show a couple times back in 2013.
Like some special segments or something?
No, he was kind of a member for a couple of episodes, maybe about 6 months, and then just maybe some things came up and stuff. Okay. So.
And then Josh, I know Josh. I've been on the Star Wars segment with him. He's been on 4 episodes. And then Cyrus, the newest regular member, I guess, 36 episodes.
Yeah, man, I am well shocked I've been on that many episodes. Just to block those ones out.
So, I like how Danny's added like who's edited the most episodes. Is just like rub it in?
Yeah.
Danny, you have edited 97 episodes of the Famicast. And I've only edited 11.
For those of you like just listening or watching, like Danny has prepared this ridiculous chart that has like it lists literally the name of every episode and who was on the show and like the date it was aired. This is crazy.
This is cool. I like seeing all these episode names in one place. Like I just want to read my favorite ones off.
Okay.
That's okay. We got Tanuki Onsen 3D.
That was a good one.
We have let's see. I just saw
Last Body Pillow. That's a pretty
good one. Last Body Pillow.
That has to involve Ty in some way.
I'm pretty sure that was. Yeah.
Final Tomodachi.
Yes.
Zelda dies.
Yeah, that was you and me, man. I think we were talking about Hyrule Warriors.
Spoilers.
Yeah. You just kept saying that over and over again.
We have J Dubs as well. J Dubs was on 1 episode, right?
Oh yeah. Then I got kind of lazy after a while. We did have a couple other guests. Andrew Brown, NWR staffer from Australia, joined in one time.
Seren as well. She was on.
Seren, yeah, I think maybe 1 or 2. Yeah.
Don't call me on that one. That one speaks to me.
Yeah.
Super Niku boys.
Yes. I noticed, James, that I think because like the 3rd episode, it's called Chibicast. And then I think for like maybe 10 or 12 episodes later, I use that again without like a hyphen after cast or something. Anyway.
And there you can see, Cyrus, as I mentioned earlier, episode 2, Shake Shake.
Yeah, I see it. I was wondering, how did you call up the name of that show like so quick? I was like, wow, encyclopedic knowledge of Famicast.
No. It's that sound effect is just always been in my mind. Yeah. Shake Shake.
It's like the first thing everybody thinks of when they recall Mischief Makers.
Yeah.
I think my favorite title is Annual Gift Man Approaches, the Christmas episode.
Right.
The Japanese version of Santa Claus.
The chat is saying that, I remember when James left to study and Dan took over the show for a while. It's like, I liked having Dan on the show. Would have been cool to have him back sometime. Luca saying Dan is one amazing guy. So
yeah. Don, as in Don Goodman, right?
Don,
I was going to say Dan is on the show. He's on right now.
That's what I know. I was like, this is confusing. Why is he spelling Danny with an A, 2 A's?
Yes. Don Koopman. Yeah,
the Koopman. What's as they call him, Kuso? Was it Don Kusoge Koopman. They call him on our event.
Hey, yeah. He wades through it all, so we don't have to.
Right. Nagoshi meets punks, Danny.
Yep.
Talking about the time Nagoshi just like straight up ignored you.
No. This is just when Minoru was ripping him a new one because of like I think the Nintendo Direct that he did about Yakuza 1 and 2 coming out on the Wii U, and looked like he's some kind of like wannabe Yakuza member or something, and Minoru was just kind of upset about it.
Talking about Minoru, I mean, we're hopefully going to hear from Minoru on this episode.
Oh yeah, audio listeners will for sure.
Audio listeners. I don't know why. Like, there's certain things that stick in my memory. Like, you know, we've done 100 episodes now, but for some reason, Minoru describing him playing. Is it Tokyo Jungle?
Yeah,
like a PlayStation 3 game, and he's like, and he just like, I wake up in the morning and all I think about is I gotta fuck a bitch. I think I lost it for like 20 minutes after that. I had to like mute my mic. I was like, just this like sweet innocent Japanese dude talking about him as a chihuahua. He's like, gotta fuck a bitch. Oh man, classic Minoru.
Yeah, they're saying in the chat, Minoru always had great stories. Ha 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 ha.
I know, it was amazing having an actual Japanese dude to like. So when we're talking about all this history, like the Famicom and Super Famicom, like we actually had a Japanese dude who'd played the Famicom back in the day to actually
real authentic Japanese man.
Yes, our token Japanese
ask him his opinion. Like life in Japan with him just made so much more sense because, you know, he could actually call us out if we were talking out of our ass.
Most of the time, yes.
Most of the time we were. So yeah, the first episode was March 11th, 2011. So yeah, almost 6 years to the day. And we're going to play like the intro to that one in a minute. But it is funny listening to that as like a RFN supplement episode. I think we described it. That's how it started off as, because we didn't think that we'd do more than one episode.
Outgrew them, eclipsed them, some might say.
We thought people would just hate us, and it's like, why are we listening to guys in Japan talking about Japan stuff? Like, no one cares. But you know, it turns out people did, so we kept doing it. So yeah, so Danny, should we queue up Minoru's special message?
Yeah, let's do that right now.
Let's hear from Minoru. I mean, I haven't heard this, so this should be interesting. So yeah, that was Minoru. Sorry to the video viewers.
Yeah, what did you guys in the chat think of that?
Whoa, what just happened?
Yeah, that's right. So from that, I think we can now listen to the first part of the episode 1, and then from that we're going to go into a section with Matt Walker, who was actually one of the the original founding fathers of the Famicast.
Right.
Me, Danny, and Matt were the first Japan correspondents on NWR. So, and we weren't the first ever, but we were the first, I don't know, regular Japan correspondents, I guess.
You guys were there before me, so
that's right. So yeah, let's listen to that, and then we'll go in and hearing from Matt Walker. So yeah, a lot of Zelda talk in that segment, by the way.
Yeah, for sure.
Video viewers who are wondering what we were talking about. So Matt's obviously a massive Zelda fan. He's got a freaking Master Sword tattoo on his arm.
Yes, he does.
I think it's real.
Not a joke. It's not a joke.
If it's fake, he puts it on very convincingly every time I see him.
Yeah, it could be fake. Ty, fake or real?
Is this mark on my body real, or did I draw it on?
Oh, Danny, going back to the Famicast, the statistics for a second. Does this episode count as me hosting?
Yeah, it would. It would.
Give yourself like a half mark.
Okay.
No, I'll let James go through it the whole time.
Okay, in that case, I have been on 20. I've hosted 23 times. Mm-hmm. Danny has hosted 84 times. so you beat me by a long shot.
How come I don't get a list? I don't get a column in that category?
It's coming soon.
When did you host?
Well, you know, we got to prepare for these things.
I don't think Cyrus actually knows what hosting means. Oh, Danny, you've also not saying how many fake or real episodes we've had. How many fake or real games we've done.
Huh.
Yeah, that
Also
was
the overall champion. Oh, I guess that should be Ty who should do that. Who's the overall fake or real champion?
Good question. I have no idea.
Also, no one cares.
Luca in the chat says fake or real is one of the best segments ever made in a podcast.
Oh, wow. Big
Wow,
words.
that's high praise.
Is
Yeah.
that
You know what?
statement fake or real? We will never know. But
You know what? For such a nice comment, Luca, I think we should invite Luca on the show. What do you say, guys?
I'm down.
Let's do it. Okay, I'm just going to send Luca a link here. Luca's hopefully ready for it.
Yeah, it's like
So,
how you
Luca.
just suddenly, hey, hope you're ready, asshole.
So, Luca, if you click on that link, I've just sent you it in Twitter. We'll get you added to this call, and you'll be on the video. So make sure you're not naked or anything.
Or if you don't want to be on the video, you can turn the video off and do just audio.
No. If you're naked, just keep the video on, but we'll work around it.
Yes.
Like Danny is.
Yes. I'm naked.
That's why it never shows the bottom half on the
wait,
video.
are we supposed to wear pants when we record?
No.
Oh, I'm taking mine off right now.
Okay.
Okay, we'll wait for Luca to come on. Is Luca in the chat, Cyrus?
Yeah, I have notified, I think.
Okay, cool. Do we have any questions to read out in the meantime?
Not
we do.
really.
Oh, we have it.
I've been kind of keeping on top of them.
We have a nice comment from Luke actually while we're waiting for him to come on. He says, what did he say? No, he was just telling everyone about the 100th episodes. We've got one here from Dread Pirate Stone. I believe we've heard from him many times. He says, congrats on 6 years. I've enjoyed every episode over the years and look forward to many more. I hope you can find Minoru for episode 100. Yeah.
Chris also asked in the chat, I missed this question, was how long has it been since we've had our own feed for Famicast? Like, when did it split onto its own section?
Yeah. Actually, me and Danny were looking at that quite recently, weren't we?
Yeah.
Was it like...
Also, Lucas said he can't get in.
Lucas said he can't get in. Okay.
Well, I'll go on with that. So I think we started our own feed back. I'll kind of pull up the episode list here because I think I remember exactly when it was. Back in 2014, maybe I think maybe the first episode we talked about new 3DS. I think that's when we had everything set up. So yeah, so been doing that for over 2 years now, and I think even before that I was still doing. I mean, there's a lot of crap that you got to do to put podcasts on feeds and stuff. It can be kind of annoying, but I was doing it on the RFN feed whenever we were still there and stuff, and just basically just did the same thing. But I think Johnny Metz, he set up the file that we needed for these feeds, so that was pretty nice of him to do to get all that grunt work out of the way, and then I could just keep on adding stuff from then. So yeah, exciting, huh?
Yeah, Luca said he clicked on the link, but he can't get in.
Are you signed into Google? Are you logged in for Google stuff?
That might have been an oversight on my part.
Yeah, it's probably a key part.
Okay. I'm just going to send Luca an invitation link.
So, what was your first episode, Ty?
I have no idea. It was the first or second TGS episode, whichever number that was.
Ty, your first episode.
Oh,
yeah, Lucas here. Ty, your first episode was TGS 2012.
Whoop.
Yeah.
What episode was that? Episode
number 16.
16.
Wow.
Hey.
So
that was shortly after I moved to Japan, I think.
Cool.
Yeah, I remember seeing you on the forums. This guy called Super, right?
Right.
On forums, and you saying that you're in Japan, and I thought, wait a minute, there's a guy who used to be on staff who's now in Japan. I must know you somehow.
Right.
Then we put the pieces together. So, Luca, are you with us?
Can you hear me?
Yes, we
Yeah.
can.
Yay!
Welcome. You are on the Famicast.
Finally worked.
Hey,
We'll make
Sorry
you
for
an
that.
honorary member of the Famicrew.
Hi,
How are you, sir?
thank you for having me. I'm very honored to be here, and I want to thank you especially for giving me another streak, because after being the first ever live caller for the RFN telethon, now I'm the first ever, if I'm correct, the first ever caller for the Famicast.
Yeah, that is true. That's true. We've never opened up the stream.
Exactly.
Another achievement for my resume, I guess.
there you go.
Yeah, we'll ship you out your Nintendo points soon.
Well, I use them for a 30% discount on a mobile game, for example.
30% discount on the next episode of the Famicast.
Exactly. So, Luca, how long have you been listening to the Famicast?
Well, since you shamed me via private message while playing Splatoon, actually.
Really?
Wow.
I forced you to.
No, seriously, I listened to a couple of episodes here and there because I was mainly an RFN listener, but I was always drawn to the Japanese culture and of course the gaming. So I just needed the little edge to finally make the jump, and I'm happy I did.
Yeah, I mean, I think I mentioned on the show, I met up with Luca when he came to Japan. That was your first time in Japan, right?
Yeah, my first and only time so far, and it was a lucky coincidence that it was also your birthday, so it was quite a special occasion.
Right, it was my birthday. Thank you for reminding me.
Yes, you have a birthday.
So obviously you've got the Famicast to thank for all of that, bringing you to Japan, paying for your tickets and everything like that.
Yeah, it was a Famicast sponsor trip, and
Yes.
I just had to go to in the streets of Tokyo wearing a huge Famicast costume, and it was
Right.
it made for some good looks, but I wasn't the stranger. I wasn't the strangest people around, and no, really, I was excited to go to Japan because I have to thank actually Chris Collett for his retro gaming guide, because made me buy a lot of shit, and one guy in Akihabara certainly bought a case of wine tonight that night, and
Did you
and said,
buy
"Cheers."
Secret of Mana 3?
No, actually, I'm not a Secret of Mana huge fan. I played a bit of the first on the SNES, but never finished it. It's in my shame of bucket list. But no, I actually got I got lots of retro stuff for the Famicom, and I actually got a Sharp Twin Famicom, which I'm very excited about.
Oh, nice. Okay.
And I got a couple of super bargains, like this bad boy that I see behind Danny, and this was bought for at the book off for 250 yen.
Yeah, yeah.
It was amazing because I thought it would be much more expensive, and
yeah, it's crazy, man. Like this one actually behind me is the 3DS one, but I had this like the same type of thing. I found one like I think for green at some local shop here, and it was like 200 yen. I was like, whoa, why not? Even if it doesn't work, it has like the box, the manual, everything. Why not?
Same thing. I did for an original Famicom that was like 780 yen, and it was labeled like I think it was labeled like not working because nobody in the store could explain. But it was in the junk section, so to speak.
Right.
And I tried it when I came back home, and apparently it works, but I can't be sure because NTSC's RF signal, it's pretty tricky to make it work on a modern TV, on a European modern TV at that. So I can sort of see a distorted black and white image, so that may be the signal. I can't possibly be sure, but it seems to be working. The controls do work, and the gameplay. So it's a collection bag.
Yeah,
Nice.
that's what I do. I mean, I was in Akihabara yesterday, meeting up with a friend, actually, former staffer named Aaron Brown, and yeah, I did manage to buy a couple of things that I'm never going to play, but just put on my shelf. So
It's good on the shelf, right, Dan?
it does. It
Yeah.
does. It's my motto.
Like an asshole.
It's the beginning of the Lindemann syndrome. Be careful.
Yes.
Luca, you're talking about your bucket of shame. Danny's got like a room of shame. That's where he's sitting right now.
That's where I'm at.
Well, it looks great, so it serves a purpose.
Thank you. I'll take it.
So, Luca, is there anything you would like us to like talk about on the Famicast? Like maybe not today, but like in the future. Like, what do you think we should talk more about? You know, related to Japan or video games in Japan.
Well, being a relatively new listener, I missed a lot of Life in Japan segments.
Mhm.
So as I was writing earlier in the chat, maybe it would be a good idea if you have the time in the future to do a kind of a compilation of those segments.
Compilation? We
Yeah.
don't got time to do that, Luca. Jesus Christ.
No,
Go back and
absolutely
listen to
not.
it.
But well, I can wish. I know you don't. But no, it would be a daunting task. But you know, it's nowadays Japan is not as hermetically closed as it was before. So thanks also to you guys, we know a lot more, and it feels a little bit more familiar. So it's kind of hard to point at one thing that would really surprise people anymore, or would be really curious to talk about.
Right.
When I was there, I found a lot of things that made me amazed and shocked. Actually, one of those things was how loud a pachinko place could be. It was insane. I'm actually, yeah, that could be a topic. Like I don't know, hearing impediments in the pachinko era.
Right.
Yeah, we could just film an episode in a pachinko place. That'd be good.
Couldn't see because
Yeah.
of all the cigarette smoke. Yeah.
Just
It
be
would
like
make for a it would make for an awesome audio experience.
It would. It would deafen everyone listening to it.
That's our final episode. It's like, and now for the final Famicast, we're going to give you an authentic pachinko hospitalization experience. Blow out everyone's eardrums.
Yeah, like since the Famicast is ending, you don't need your ears anymore.
Yes, exactly.
You've already heard the best thing you're going to hear. You don't need these anymore.
Yeah, let's end it on a sweet note.
So, well, Luca, thank you for coming on and being a part of the show. It's
Thank you for
awesome
having
to-
me, and congratulations on another 100 episodes, and here's to 100 more.
Thank you very much. Keep listening.
Cheers.
Peace.
Awesome. Well, we are running kind of long with this episode, aren't we?
We're running along with this fucking show, 100 episodes.
Hey yo.
Well,
Too
actually,
soon, too soon.
I would say, speaking of just times of, I also on our little chart here, I put down all of the
You better
amount
have
of.
Luca now.
Yeah, how many
No, no,
episodes
no.
are
Oh
good?
yes, yes, exactly. No, I wrote down how much, like how many minutes for every episode was, and then I totaled that up into hours, and then I had to eventually total that into days.
So you didn't sleep that night, yeah? I see.
Yeah, no. So like, if you were to listen to the Famicast from episode 1 up until pre-episode 100, there's like 218 and a half hours worth of stuff, and according to my calculations, which could be wrong, it's like over 9 days of audio.
So all Luca needs to do is sit down, download all 100 episodes, and press play, and then 9 days later, he'll have had everything.
Almost
it
as
is.
much time as I've played Hyrule Warriors for.
Nine. Seriously, 100. What is it? 218 hours.
Yeah.
13,109 minutes. Keeping track. I was.
Ty's like, I played Killer Instinct for 9 days solid in the past 9 days.
Sounds about right. There's a new character now. I gotta catch up.
She's literally new. Shin Hisako.
Oh yeah.
Awesome. Well, I think, Danny, unless I'm forgetting something, I think we've heard from all the alumni, Famicast alumni, haven't we?
Yeah.
We've
Yeah.
reminisced on Famicast 1 to 99.
Yeah, I did notice there was one other thing on Twitter. I don't know if maybe you guys brought it up when I was gone. Another comment. I'm going to
Probably
pull it
not.
up here really quick.
Oh yeah, we do have some comments. Yeah, we should go to some comments. Oh yeah, Carly Young, NWR staffer. She says, "Congrats, guys! Don't underestimate what it takes to get to the 100th episode." Damn right. Damn right. Oh, and we do have a question as well from Mark Harrison.
Yes.
Is this the one that you're talking about?
Yeah.
It says, question, where do you see yourselves in 100 episodes time? Well, that's probably a good question to end on, actually. So yeah, we do have
Tune in 100 episodes to find out.
Right. Tune in next time. Episode 101. So yeah, we do actually have some big news. This, if I can put my serious hat on, semi-serious hat on, this is actually the last episode of the Famicast. Pause for dramatic effect. On NWR. This is not the last episode ever, but this is the last episode that will be part of NWR. So we thought like episode 100 was a good time to like, you know, to cut it off there and to have, you know, we've done 100, you know, episodes. We had fun and we had a great time, and we have to thank NWR for, you know, giving us the chance. Like RFN, start off with RFN, you know, like Danny said, Johnny and Greg, who helped us, you know, set up the feeds and everything, various people over the years. But we thought, yeah, we'd like to go solo. We'd like to go rogue and make Famicast its own thing, you know, just like a completely independent thing. So yeah, we're going to have a website, and we're going to have, obviously we're going to keep doing the show, you know, that will never change, but we're going to have, you know, more variety of shows as well. So we're looking into everything isn't finalized yet, but one thing's for sure is that we have the famicast.com sorted out, right?
That's right.
So yeah, if you want to follow us, I mean, the Famicast Twitter will never change. That will always be at the Famicast. And if you want to see updates and stuff, you can check that, or you can go to the website, thefamicast.com. That will never change, but the email will change.
Yeah.
So we're no longer using the Nintendo World Report email. But so yeah, if you want to send us a letter going forward, it's now the Famicast at gmail.com. Right, just the standard Gmail account, nothing too fancy.
Right, and you know, also too, we're kind of branching out onto Facebook. I have a page created with like maybe nothing more than a logo. Again, it's we're kind of getting everything together right now. But if you're a Facebook user and you want to follow us on there, just look for the Famicast. There's like some kind of Spanish thing that comes up with Famicast. If you search
the Famicasto,
it's I don't know what that is, but that's not us.
So yeah,
we thought about doing building contracting as our main shtick, but podcasting seemed easier.
Yeah.
So yeah, like these 100 episodes, these will stay permanently on Nintendo World Report. That will never change. All the article pages, everything will be as it is. You know, the forums, everything that will stay. These 100 episodes will be preserved forever on NintendoWorldReport.com. But going forward, 101 will be on our own website, and going forward, you know, 101 going onwards, that's where you'll find the episodes. And that also means that the iTunes feed, if you're listening on iTunes, that feed will change. So there will actually be two Famicasts. If you search for Famicast on iTunes, they'll show up two. They'll have the original one, you know, with the artwork that Tony drew for us, you know, with the skyscraper backgrounds and everything, like Street Fighter style. But our new artwork is very, very different. So that's the new one that you'll want to be subscribing to, and it's kind of like a white background with the Nintendo Switch. It's done in the Super Famicom style. So yeah, it's a very kind of clean, kind of cool new look that we're going with. So that's the one that you're going to be looking out for going forward. Obviously, if you're listening to this immediately at a publication, it might not all be up there. So you know, stay with us, and we'll keep you updated, like we said, on the Twitter and on the website, the new website. yeah, Danny, did I forget anything?
I don't think so. By the way, and for the new artwork, I want to thank Cyrus. He worked really hard on that, and we have multiple artwork things. Kind of. So, anyways, I mean, we have a couple of different options. But anyways, but before we get the new feed set up and stuff, make sure to check Twitter and the website and stuff like that, and we can let you know. And maybe we're gonna try to put one last thing out on the Nintendo World Report feed just to remind people, like, hey, we're going here. If you want to still listen to us, this is how you can do it. So
right, there'll be like a mini episode after this, just with some information on it, a little update, but not like an actual proper show.
Right.
But yeah, with that, I think that's everything covered. So with that, episode 100 is at an end, but the Famicast is not at an end. Don't worry about it. We're still going to be here.
Yep,
just in a different place. Yep. So with that, Danny, I'd like to thank you for hosting whatever it was, 80 old episodes.
80? No.
And editing pretty much all of them.
It's been. I wouldn't say it's always been fun editing every episode, but
yeah, we appreciate you and thank you for taking over the reins with all that kind of stuff. You've been awesome.
Thank you.
Ty, how many episodes was it? 70 something?
79, I believe, that I've been on.
Yeah. Thank you for being the discerning voice of Nintendo and actually playing other video game consoles, which no one else plays.
Cool story.
Neo Geo Pocket I was referring to.
Right. Let me tell you about my 3DO that I have and own.
No, we're good. And Cyrus, thank you for being the newest member and being awesome. And I think you've become part of the team quite quickly. And it's if people like Luca, who just started listening quite recently, I don't think he would ever know that you hadn't been there from the start, which I think is pretty cool.
Oh, you guys!
Yeah, and being our new official artist, whether you like it or not.
Yeah.
You're now the official Famicast artist. Love it. So, and with that, I'd like to say Famicrew out for episode 100. Peace.
Peace out, guys.
Peace.
Don't sound so morose. Jesus Christ, no one's dying.
Peace.
Rip in peace.
Bruh.
But on the third day, we'll rise again.
Oh.
Okay,
Too soon?
I'm cutting the feed now.
Please.
Before we do that, Cyrus, were there any video, YouTube comments, questions, or anything that we forgot to?
No, everyone's kind of discussing. They're saying big props for Danny's stack of GameCubes back there. And,
hey, that black one's mine.
Yeah, it is. That is James's X GameCube.
Yeah, it doesn't actually work very well, but
I don't.
And
it's
for James's Super Mario Maker poster.
Mm-hmm.
It's actually a jigsaw.
Hey, I got you that. It was supposed to be for your son, you jerk.
Yeah, he loved making it.
Oh gosh, I should have taken a picture of my GameCube when I was back at my parents' place. Maybe you saw my Twitter. I was tweeting a bunch of bizarre video game artifacts that I was digging out of closets. Yeah. So I saw my launch day GameCube, and it's modded with a button to change regions.
Oh yeah, that black one that Danny's got behind him. It's got a switch. I think it's like an up-down switch thing.
Yeah. Do you have a lot of jerk friends that would come over and format your memory cards because they can't read Japanese?
Oh god, you just reminded me.
I sure did.
Yeah, Matt, if you're listening, you son of a bitch, you wiped my melee save, which was 100% complete, melee save. Literally, I had every trophy, every unlock ever.
So this probably isn't Famicast Matt, right?
No, sorry, yes, I should confirm that. Yeah, not Matt Walker. Matt, my university friend.
But
Matt.
give his middle name, last name, address, all that stuff.
Social security number.
Yeah, I'll doxing myself. Don't worry about it.
That same sister I talked about that destroyed my DS. I remember I had a fully maxed out Pokemon Red save file, hundreds of hours on it, and then she watched Pokemon the movie once and got my game, deleted my save file, and just played it for like 20 minutes after naming her Charmander after one of the guys in the show.
You know what?
And I was-
I had the same thing. My cousin did the same thing with my Pokemon Blue game, but I think I incorrectly said, "Oh yeah, just make a new save game."
Oops.
And so I gave her the Game Boy and the game, and I said, "Yeah, I'll just make a new save game." Yeah. Ah man, rip in peace. Great job. Shot myself in the foot there. Okay, I'm going to cut the stream now. Thanks guys for watching and listening. Goodbye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Lights.